This is the Osaki Titan Quantum Black Massage Chair, and I picked it up because my back and legs were not bouncing back the way they used to after long work days and weekend workouts. I wanted something I could actually enjoy using at home without scheduling appointments or arguing with myself about leaving the house. After a few weeks of real use, I have a pretty clear picture of what this chair does well, where it gets on my nerves, and who I think will like it. I would put this chair in that sweet spot between the fancy showroom models that make you gasp at the price and the bargain chairs that feel great for a month and then gather dust. It is not cheap, but it is also not the elite tier. For someone who actually wants strong massage pressure, real coverage from the neck down to the backside and legs, heat in useful places, and a touch of modern convenience, it makes sense. If you want the softest, lightest massage, or you just like the idea more than the reality, this is probably not for you. Let me start with how it feels in normal life, not on paper. I sit down, it does a quick body scan, and it usually finds my shoulder height pretty well. Some days I nudge the position up or down by about 1 inch so the rollers catch the knot right under my neck. That little tweak makes a big difference. The rollers have real depth. They do not just glide over your back. They push in and work the muscle in a way that reminds me of a firm therapist who is not there to baby you. The track it rides on follows my spine and keeps going all the way down into the lower back and glutes, which matters a lot if you carry tension in your hips or sit all day. On tough days, that deep reach into the lower back is the reason I use this thing. The heat is not just a gimmick. The lower back warmth comes on fast and takes the edge off stiff muscles, and the calf heat surprised me. I did not think warmed calves would matter, but it pairs with the calf airbags and the foot rollers to melt that tight, heavy feeling in my legs after standing or traveling. The foot rollers are strong. At first I thought they might be too much, but when I learned which program to pick and I kept socks on, it turned into that hurts so good feeling that you actually look forward to. Zero gravity is another thing that sounded like marketing until I used it properly. When I shift into the deepest position, my weight spreads out and the pressure on my lower back drops. That makes the roller pressure feel deeper without being harsher, because I am not bracing my core against gravity. I reach for that position on days when my lower back is cranky, and I can breathe into the massage instead of tensing up. I use a handful of the automatic programs a lot. The relaxing one is my weeknight default because it dials back the intensity and slows the pace so I can unwind without getting pummeled. When I am sore after leg day or a long run, the recovery program goes hard on the glutes and hamstrings and does not waste time. Before bed, the sleep program is slow, warm, and gentle, and it actually brings my heart rate down. If I want to hunt down a specific knot, I switch to manual and park the rollers on a single spot. Being able to do that for a few minutes has saved me from grabbing a lacrosse ball and lying on the floor. Voice control is useful with a catch. When I say the wake phrase, "Hi Alice," in a clear voice, I can ask for zero gravity or switch the program without reaching for the remote. That is awesome when I am half asleep. But if the television is on, the chair sometimes hears random words and jumps in like it is invited. I ended up turning the voice feature off unless I am using it on purpose. If you live in a noisy household, that is something to keep in mind. Let me talk comfort and fit. I am average height and this chair fits me well. The seat and shoulder area do not feel cramped. The leg rest extends, but it uses spring tension, so if you're tall you might feel like you have to push to keep it fully extended. On long sessions, I wish the leg extension would lock out without me doing anything. The airbags around the shoulders, arms, calves, and feet give a rhythmic squeeze that holds me in place so the rollers can dig in without me sliding around. On days when my back is sensitive, I throw a thin blanket behind me to take the edge off, and the chair still does the job. I use the wireless audio to play ocean sounds or a mellow playlist. The speakers are decent, not amazing, but they help me zone out. The motors are quiet enough that the whir becomes a soft white noise that I do not notice after a minute. Setup was easy. I snapped the footrest on, plugged it in, and I was ready to go in less than half an hour. The chair is heavy, like seriously heavy, so decide where it will live before you unbox it. The space-saving slide is real, so I only needed a few inches from the wall to recline all the way. That helped me fit it into my living room without rearranging everything. As for reliability, mine has been solid so far. I picked this model in part because of the 3-year warranty structure. That gave me peace of mind. I baby the upholstery by wiping it down and keeping it out of direct sunlight. I have owned chairs with synthetic leather that cracked over time, so I'm watching this one, but it still looks clean and tight. One small annoyance is the remote at night. The buttons are not fully lit, so I learn the layout by feel or I use voice commands when the room is dark. Here is how it stacks up against what I used before and what I tried in showrooms. I owned an older 2-dimensional chair that only worked up and down and left and right on a short track. It felt nice for the upper back, but totally missed my lower back and glutes. No calf heat, weaker foot rollers, and it felt more like a cushion with motors than a real massage. The Osaki Titan Quantum feels like a therapist with firm hands who can lean in and trace the whole spine in one smooth pass. I also tried a couple of high-end Japanese chairs in a boutique store. They had beautiful finishes and slightly smoother roller transitions, but for me the difference in the massage did not match the giant jump in cost. The Quantum got me close enough in actual relief, especially in the lower back and feet, that I could not justify spending more. The big benefits that matter to me are pretty straightforward. 1. The deep reach of the three-dimensional rollers along that long curved track is the reason my lower back does not lock up anymore after long hours at a desk. 2. The combination of heat and compression in the calves plus the strong foot rollers takes my legs from swollen and heavy to light and ready for sleep. 3. The zero-gravity position lets me relax fully, so the massage feels even deeper without me tensing up. Those are not specs on a box. Those are the reasons I keep using it several times a week. Value-wise, I think it is worth it if you actually plan to use it. If you are only going to sit in it once a month, you will not see the benefit. But if you are like me and you fire it up after workouts, after flights, or when work stress stacks up, it pays for itself in how your body feels and in fewer last-minute massages you need to book. Just be honest about your tolerance for pressure and your room layout. It is a serious chair with real strength. It takes up space, and moving it is a chore. If you want a gentle, squeezing chair that blends into a small room, this is not that. If I could change a few things, I would give the leg rest a lock so tall folks do not have to push against a spring. I would brighten the remote buttons for late-night sessions, and I would make the voice feature a little less eager when the television is on. None of that stops me from recommending it. It just sets the right expectations. So that is my experience with the Osaki Titan Quantum Black Massage Chair. If you care about strong, targeted massage across the whole back and legs, if heat is important to you, and if you like the idea of kicking back in zero gravity while simple voice commands handle the controls, I think you will be happy with it. If you have questions about fit programs or how I set mine up for different routines, drop them below. I am happy to help you figure out if it suits your body and your habits. I will update specific information about the Osaki Titan Quantum Black Massage Chair in the comments. Don't forget to catch my next video.